Eala takes door graciously, knowing PH Tennis is WTA event champion. Alex Eala may have missed the chance to win her first ever WTA 125 tournament at home, but the Philippine Women's Open will change the game after more Filipinos are now interested in tennis. The 20-year-old Eala's campaign ended with a 6-4, 6-4 loss to Camila Osorio of Colombia, but the love the crowd showered the home bet on her way out of the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center on Thursday night was nothing short of spine-tingling. "I think this tournament, although it's not yet done, I think it's been a great success," said Eala. "Just the turnout of people, seeing how much they've enjoyed, hearing the feedback from other players and from people in the WTA, I think it couldn't have turned out better for a first edition. I'm so happy that I got to be a part of it, and I'm so happy that I was able to see it unfold." Fans, who waited for Eala after the press conference, were accommodated by the rising star with autographs and selfies. Besides Eala, who made the Filipinos more interested in tennis since her dream run at the Miami Open last March before a historic SEA Games gold and rise to world number 49 at the end of last year, other local netters like Tenny Mides, Steffi Aludo, Elsie Abarque, Kay and Emina, Angeline Alcala, Lorraine Jallarina, Rovi Balate, Joanna Victoria Pena, and Justin and Meneja got a feel of big-time play in the tournament. Emina, the reigning UAP MVP from University of Santo Tomas, who lost to Tatiana Prozorova in the first round, 6-1, 6-0, hopes for more opportunities for other Filipino netters to have a shot at reaching Eala's level of play. Eala said that she will work hard to keep the Philippines on the world tennis map, which could open doors for her fellow netters and the next generation. "As I heard from other people, I'd like to think that I have something to do with this tournament coming alive," she said. "So that could be an example of how I can help local players. The fact that this tournament is happening is a huge thing for local players," she continued. "So I think that's an example of me doing my part. And of course, hopefully, as I get better and as I get older, maybe I'll make further steps. But as for now, I think I'm doing pretty well helping the local players." Eala believes that the Philippine Women's Open is a good stepping stone as tennis continues to grow in the country. "In my opinion, women's tennis especially has been overlooked for a long time," Eala said. "So, to have a WTA here is a great stepping stone," Eala, who goes to Abu Dhabi for a WTA 500 event next week, said. She offers no promises as to when and where the next title will come from. "It's hard to tell the future," Eala said. "I'm working hard. My team is working hard. And we're working hard to maintain the level that I'm at and working even harder to go deeper and higher into the rankings inch by inch." The door Alex Eala opened. There is a door at the far end of every long hallway. Most people pass through hallways without noticing it, counting the steps, measuring the distance, wondering if the end is even real. Alex Eala noticed the door early, not because it was easy to see, but because she believed it had to exist. She did not kick it down. She did not demand it open. She waited, worked, knocked, and when it finally swung wide, she took the door graciously. For Philippine tennis, that door had been locked for generations. Growing up in a country where basketball courts outnumber tennis courts and where dreams often feel borrowed from somewhere else, Alex carried a quiet defiance. She carried a racket, yes, but more than that, she carried belief. Not loud belief. Not arrogant belief. The kind that survives early mornings, lonely training sessions, and the weight of representing a nation that has never seen itself crowned on the WTA stage. Before the trophies, there was sacrifice. Before the headlines, there was discipline. Before history, there was humility. Alex Eala learned early that greatness does not announce itself. It arrives breathless, sweaty, sometimes doubted, often underestimated. On foreign courts, her name was mispronounced. Her flag was unfamiliar. Her presence was questioned. But every match was an answer, every point a sentence in a story she was writing not just for herself, but for an entire country waiting to believe. When she finally stood as a WTA event champion, it did not feel like an ending. It felt like a beginning that had taken years to earn. She lifted the trophy without theatrics. Her smile carried gratitude more than triumph. Because Alex understood something rare in champions. Winning is not about arrival, It is about responsibility. She knew that behind her stood thousands of young Filipino players watching from cracked courts and borrowed rackets, whispering, "If she can do it, maybe I can too." She took the door graciously because she knew it was never hers alone. In that moment, Philippine tennis changed shape. It was no longer a hopeful footnote or a distant aspiration. It became real, tangible, proven. The WTA champion standing there was not an imported story or a borrowed victory. It was homegrown, disciplined, and deeply Filipino. Alex did not boast. She did not proclaim dominance. She acknowledged the journey. She did not forget where she came from. That grace is what makes her victory heavier than gold. Being the first is a strange burden. You are celebrated but also measured. You are lifted but also watched. Alex carries that weight with calm shoulders. She understands that every win opens the door wider, and every loss reminds others that the door does not close again. Because once opened, it stays open. The world of tennis now speaks the Philippines with more respect. Coaches look twice. Scouts pay attention. Young players train with new fire. Courts feel less lonely. Dreams feel less impossible. And Alex? She keeps walking forward. Not as someone who believes she has arrived, but as someone who knows there are many more doors ahead, grand slams, legacy, mentorship, and the quiet work of inspiring without preaching. Her power is not just in her forehand or footwork, but in her example. Excellence can come from places the world once ignored. She did not ask permission to belong. She earned her place. And when the door opened, she stepped through with grace, leaving it wide enough for others to follow. That is how history is made, not by force, but by faith, patience, and an unshakable love for the game.